number 27. Our directions tell us to factor the sum or difference of cubes. Sum tells us addition, difference is subtraction, and cubes are the perfect cubes, numbers that are raised to the third power. And we know on number 27 that we have a sum of cubes, because when we read the directions, this gives us a big clue here that we're dealing with cubes. So we know that it's something to the third power. So we're going to take the cube root of m to the third and the cube root of 729. The cube root of m to the third is m. The cube root of 729, you may not remember what that is, so you may need to figure out, type it in your calculator. So to type in the cube root, we're going to type in the button 3, and then the second, and then the x raised to the box, because above that we need the box root button. So we're going to do 3, second, and the box root. So we have the cube root of 729, which is 9. So the cube root of 729 is 9. Now that is our first factor. And in the sum and difference of cubes, the second part just follows a pattern. So once we find our first factor, now we're going to take this one, take the m, and we're going to square it. So this term to the second power, which gives us m to the second. And then I always jump to the end. This one's going to have 3 parts. So I jump to this third part, and I take the 9, and now I'm going to square it. 9 to the second power, which is 9 times 9, which is 81. To get the middle, multiply. To get the middle, multiply. 9 times m. 9 times m is 9 times m. So we're practically finished, but let's go over again how we got here. We took the square root of m to the third, the cube root of m to the third to get the m. The cube root of 729 and got 9. Now don't look at that anymore. Take this number or this term, the m, and square it. M squared. To get the end, we're going to take the 9 and square it. 9 to the second is 81. To get the middle, we multiply 9 times m. Now we're going to use SOAP. S-O-A-P. SOAP. Which stands for same sign. That is an addition. We're going to do the same sign. The O in SOAP stands for the opposite sign. So the opposite of add was subtract. And the AP in our little acronym SOAP tells me always a plus sign. So same sign, opposite sign, always a plus sign. And now we have factored this difference of cubes. Or excuse me, this sum of cubes. Number 28, we have a difference of cubes. And we know it's a difference of cubes because this phrase is in our directions. So we're going to do the same thing we did with problem number 27. It works the same way, whether it's a sum or a difference. We're still going to take the cube root of the first one and the cube root of the second one. The cube root of a to the third is a. The cube root of 343, we're going to type in the 3, and then the second, and then the cube root. So the cube root of 343 is 7. And then we don't look at this anymore. We're just going to look at a and the 7. Take the first one and square it. So a to the second power is a to the second power. 7 to the second power is 7 times 7, which is 49. To get the middle, multiply. When we multiply 7 times a, we get 7 times a. And now we're going to use the acronym SOAP. S-O-A-P. S is same sign. That is a subtraction. We're going to do the same thing, which is subtraction. O is the opposite sign. So the opposite of subtract is add. AP is always a plus sign. Same sign, opposite sign, always a plus sign. And now we have factored this difference of cubes.